Hello, I'm Bruce Westwood, the owner of Westwood's Cabinet Hardware. We've been in business for over 15 years, and one of our contacts was Stan, the old hardware man, and he retired and asked us if we wanted to purchase his inventory, which we did. And one of Stan's creations was a repair kit for a Turnishelf number 9920, and he had a repair kit manufactured that looks like this, and it repairs the hinge that looks like this. Normally it has a regular circle, but the major issue is that this circle becomes elongated or actually breaks right off like this one did. And I'm going to explain how to take it off, install the new part on it, and then you can reinstall it. I don't have access to a regular Turnishelf Lazy Susan, so I'm going to just show you the hinge that you're taking off. It sits like this. This is at the top side of your Lazy Susan, and there's a circle that's mounted to the top underneath the cabinet, and there's a stud that goes through this hole that's threaded and has a nut on it most of the time. And what you have to do is take a crescent wrench and disconnect the nut that's on the bottom of it. It's spring loaded, and it's showing here. This is what we send you, is instructions and diagrams. Once again, just that set screw that's right there on the side. You leave it tight to get the nut off, then you loosen it by turning it counterclockwise and and then push up. Once it's loosened, then that stud is spring loaded and it will push up and out of the way of that hole. And then there's 4 screws that hold this hinge in place. You take these 4 screws out, push up on the stud to release it from the bracket, and then you pull it out. And this is what it looks like after you've got it in your hand out of the Lazy Susan. Then you're going to turn it upside down and put it in a vise. Tighten it up. And in this diagram right here, it's showing where you're going to cut the hole off. If you measure from the back side, this point here, 2 3/4 of an inch, and draw a line. And that's where we're going to cut. If you, a hacksaw will work just fine, but I'm going to make it quicker. But you just go like this and cut it on that line. Okay, now we have it cut off at the line. This is 2.5 inches from this point to this.
2.5 or 2 3/4?
2 3/4 inch.
Okay.
and then you just put the flange that's cone shaped, it's going to face down so that your bolt will slide in into that cone shape, and it just maneuvers it so that it fits in the hole perfectly. So you just turn it upside down, line it up so that both sides are even, and then we're gonna mark these 3 holes to drill. Okay, then take it off. And we're gonna take a 3/16 inch bit, which is the right size for those holes right there. So 3/16 is what you want. You put okay, then you line this up. I'm gonna, so that I can work the nuts and everything, I'm gonna slide the screw from the underside, put the lock washer on, and then the nut. The second one is gonna line up. The lock washer and the nut. The lock washer and the nut. And then if you put the you just put the crescent wrench on it and snug them down. And they don't, that's plenty right there. Just tighten it up and snug it down, and that'll be fine. And that's all there is to it. It's and see that flange that's gonna set the stud is takes up the same space that you had before. So the stud's gonna slide in pretty much the exact same spot, except that it's gonna take up a little bit more of the threads on the stud, so you don't need to put the nut back on. You just put this in underneath and line this up with the stud and let it come down into the hole. Line up these holes and screw the screws back into place, and that's all there is to it. This is the way it comes, just in the package. And these diagrams with actual step-by-step methods to install it, to release the other and install the new part. Feel free to call us if you have further questions or have a problem with getting it installed. But we've had so many rave reviews. Everyone that calls me back afterwards is just amazed. They keep telling me that it works better than it ever did before. So we're very, very happy with this repair kit. Thank you.